Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Science for Everyone. Today we will discuss a very important topic that is related to biosynthesis of amino acid. And the name of the topic is the anaplerotic reactions that is taking place in the biosynthesis of amino acid. Why I have made a video over it, because there is a questions, there are many questions that are related to these type of chemical reaction that are known as anaplerotic reactions. And why I'm making video over it, you will came to know in a minute. And in a minute I will give you a background of anaplerotic reactions. Okay, so just stay tuned and watch the video till the end. And at the last, you will come to know that what really are anaplerotic reactions and why I am discussing these reaction in the biosynthesis of amino acid. Okay. First of all, I want to show you a diagram that is very much related to this lecture. Okay. Just look here, this is a typical diagram that is involved in the biosynthesis of amino acid. Okay, for example, this is an aerobic microorganism. It is using its oxygen. Okay, and if I highlight it, okay, so just look here. First of all, we will start from glucose. From glucose to pyruvate, this is the glycolysis. And in the glycolysis, different components are formed, and these components are used in the formation of the amino acid. Just look here, just look to the phosphoglycerate, it gives rise to serine. And just look here to pyruvate, it gives rise to alanine, lysine, isoleucine, valine, and leucine. Okay, and just look here, this is the phosphoenol pyruvate. It can give a rise to phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan. Okay, after that, a Krebs cycle is performed, and this acetyl CoA reacts with the oxaloacetate, and it give rise to citrate, isocitrate, alpha ketoglutarate. So this oxaloacetate give rise to these 5 types of amino acids, 6 type of amino acid. Just look here, this alpha ketoglutarate give rise to glutamate, and other glutamine and other type of amino acid. Okay, so this is taking place, these type of chemical reactions and cycles are taking place inside an aerobic microorganism. Okay, that is using that is using oxygen. So as we know that in aerobic respiration, all type of such type of chemical reaction take place. Okay, but here comes in mind that what if we are having anaerobic bacteria or bacteria that is involved in fermentation? So how will it produce these amino acid? If we take if we take fermentation, so in fermentation, glucose is converted into pyruvate. Okay, glucose is converted into pyruvate. So up till here, these amino acids can be formed. But in fermentation, this process cannot be performed. This Krebs cycle, I'm highlighting it, this cannot be performed. So there will be no oxaloacetate, there will be no alpha ketoglutarate. So how will these amino acids form? Okay, and as I have told you that bacteria can form each and every amino acid, but question arises that if we take anaerobic bacteria, and if we take fermentative bacteria, so in fermentation, glycolysis is performed, but Krebs cycle is not performed. Okay, so what will happen? How we will get this oxaloacetate and this alpha ketoglutarate? So this video is about it. Okay, so these there are chemical reactions that are known as I have told you, that are known as anaplerotic reactions. Anaplerotic reactions, and these are the chemical reactions. Just look here, this is marked in red. These are the chemical reactions that are involved in the synthesis of the precursor metabolites from other precursor metabolites. Okay, anaplerotic reactions are If I give you an example, okay, just look here. When amino acids are synthesizing continuously, so there is a very heavy demand of the precursor metabolite. Okay, so for example, these aspartate and threonine are formed from the precursor metabolite, and there is no oxaloacetate in the environment. So what will happen, because we all know that oxaloacetate can only form when there is Krebs cycle. Okay, this acetyl CoA reacts with the oxaloacetate and give rise to citrate. So if there is no oxaloacetate, so how will this asparagine and threonine form? So there are chemical reactions that can give rise to oxaloacetate. Rather, it cannot pass through the Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle will not be performed, and oxaloacetate will be formed. As we know that in the Krebs cycle, from succinyl CoA, oxaloacetate is formed. But in there is no Krebs cycle, so there are chemical reactions where they produces oxaloacetate. Okay, so these reactions are known as anaplerotic reaction. In simple, that in normal oxaloacetate is formed from inside the Krebs cycle, but if there is no Krebs cycle, so there are other reactions that are taking place inside the cytoplasm of the bacteria, and they are give rising to the component of the Krebs cycle. Okay, so when these components are formed, so from these components, these amino acid can be formed. So these type of chemical reactions are known as anaplerotic reaction. Okay, just look here. This pyruvate, from this pyruvate, we can form oxaloacetate. Okay, and from this phosphoenol pyruvate, we can form oxaloacetate. Rather, oxaloacetate is formed in the Krebs cycle, but these chemical reaction can also form oxaloacetate. So anaplerotic reaction is also known as filling up reaction. There is no oxaloacetate, but through this chemical reaction, this oxaloacetate is formed. Okay, so just I was giving you this. That is why I was showing you this diagram. Now I will give you the detail of the anaplerotic reactions. Okay, so just wait a minute. Okay, so anaplerotic reaction. So as I have told you that the pyruvate can give rise to oxaloacetate, and this phosphoenol pyruvate can give rise to oxaloacetate. And after that is this oxaloacetate can then give rise to aspartate and other type of amino acid. So this is for the fermentative and the anaerobic bacteria, because in anaerobic bacteria there is no Krebs cycle. So, and the component of the Krebs cycle is very much important, and they are acting as a precursor metabolites for in the formation of the amino acid. And if they are not there, so how will these amino acids form? So in the anaerobic bacteria, these anaplerotic reaction take place, and they form the chemical components of the Krebs cycle in a different way. Okay, and these are the chemical reaction. So if I want to show you another anaplerotic reaction, so then you will be cleared. Okay, just look here. This is the glycosylate pathway. It is also known as glycosylate cycle, and in this cycle, it is also known as anaplerotic reaction. Okay, so as I have told you that oxaloacetate can form from that chemical reaction also, but it can also form from these chemical reaction also. This is the glycosylate. Okay, this is the glycosylate. It reacts with the acetyl CoA, and after that, what happened? It gives rise to malate, and we all know that malate can then give rise to oxaloacetate. Okay, so these red color are the steps that are involved in the glycosylate, and the other, this gray portion, is the Krebs cycle. So just look here, they are skipping these chemical reaction, this formation of succinyl CoA and the alpha ketoglutarate. Just if we are having these isocitrate lyase, and we are having isocitrate in the cytoplasm, so what will happen? It will give rise to glycosylate. Okay, just look here, this isocitrate lyase will give rise to glycosylate, and after that it will react with the acetyl CoA and give rise to malate, and malate will give rise to oxaloacetate, and this oxaloacetate, what will it do? It will then give rise to many amino acid, as I have shown you in the previous diagram. Okay, it will give rise to what? It will give rise to amino acid. Okay, just look here. If succinate is formed, okay, if succinate is formed, this if this glycosylate reacts with the succinate, okay, if it reacts with the succinate, so it can give rise to fumarate and then malate, and this malate can also give rise to alpha ketoglutarate, this oxaloacetate. So it is also known as anaplerotic reaction. So, and it can take place inside the anaerobic bacteria, the fermentative bacteria. So now this is clear to you people. Now this is clear to you people that if there is anaerobic bacteria and there is no Krebs cycle taking place inside it, so then there are chemical reactions that are known as anaplerotic reaction that can give rise to the precursor, essential precursor metabolites like the oxaloacetate, okay, and then it can give rise to the amino acid. Okay, so hope you have understand this anaplerotic reaction and this question that how these precursor metabolite will be formed, and this can take place inside the anaerobic bacteria. Even it can take place inside the aerobic bacteria, because for example, just look here, if amino acids are if amino acids are very much continuously synthesizing in our body, for example, it is using the oxaloacetate and it is directly synthesizing many compounds, okay, many amino acids. So there is a heavy load on the precursor metabolite because they are consuming very much faster. So these chemical reaction will readily provide these precursor metabolites. Okay, they will skip different steps. Just look here. If it is in anaerobic aerobic bacteria. So in aerobic bacteria, this cycle is performed. Okay, and if oxaloacetate is consuming in a very high amount, okay, so what will happen? Anaplerotic reaction will take place and it will skip these steps, and by skipping these steps, this oxaloacetate will be then directly provided for the for the amino acid. Okay, so this will skip these steps and less time will be consumed, and this oxaloacetate will be directly provided as a precursor metabolite. Okay, so it can take place in the anaerobic bacteria, it can also take place in the aerobic bacteria. Okay, so keep these questions and answers in mind. Okay, if you have further question, you can directly ask me in the comment box, I will answer you there. And if you have understand this video, so please like this video and share with your friend, and also subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos related to science. Thank you very much. God bless you.